Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel for what is quite literally a monumental, groundbreaking update in the world of professional tennis. We have an absolutely massive piece of breaking news today, a story that is sending shockwaves of excitement not just through the tennis community, but specifically across the Philippines and the entirety of Southeast Asia. Alexandra Eala, the 21-year-old Filipina tennis sensation, has officially been confirmed to receive a main draw wildcard entry into the prestigious Bad Homburg Open. This is a WTA 500 event, and let me tell you, this is not just another tournament on the calendar. This is a massive career-defining opportunity for Alex Eala as we pivot from the grueling, grinding dirt of the clay court season directly into the lightning-fast, highly unpredictable grass court swing. For those of you who have been following her journey closely, you know exactly how significant a WTA 500 wildcard really is. It is the golden ticket of professional tennis. It is an invitation to sit at the absolute highest table of the sport, bypassing the treacherous, exhausting qualifying rounds and stepping straight into the limelight alongside some of the greatest players to ever pick up a racket. The Bad Homburg Open, scheduled to take place in Germany from June 21st to the 27th, serves as one of the ultimate, premier lead-up events to the Wimbledon Championships. It is the ultimate proving ground, the final dress rehearsal before the players step onto the hallowed lawns of the All-England Club. To truly understand the gravity of this news, we have to break down what a wild card means at this elite tier of the Women's Tennis Association. In the fiercely competitive landscape of the WTA Tour, tournament directors have a very limited number of wild card entries at their disposal. These are usually reserved for local homegrown talents to boost ticket sales, or for absolute legends of the game who are returning from injury or perhaps playing a farewell tour. For a young player from the Philippines to be granted this exclusive privilege in a German tournament speaks volumes about the sheer star power, the undeniable box office appeal, and the immense respect that Alexandra Eala commands on the global stage. The organizers of the Bad Homburg Open recognize that she is not just a rising star, she is a global phenomenon. She brings an entire nation with her every time she steps onto the court. She brings millions of passionate, dedicated fans who will tune in at all hours of the night just to watch her hit a tennis ball. And when you look at the other names who have been awarded wild cards alongside her for this very event, the magnitude of this achievement becomes even more staggering. We are talking about the iconic, the legendary, the 7-time Grand Slam singles champion, Venus Williams. Let that sink in for a moment. Alexandra Eala is sharing a wild card spotlight with one of the most transformative and historic figures in the history of sports. Venus Williams, a pioneer who redefined the way tennis is played, is stepping onto the same grass courts in Germany as our young Filipina champion. Joining them is a hometown favorite, the highly talented German player Eva Liss. So you have the legendary veteran in Williams, the local hero in Liss, and the explosive international prodigy in Eala. It is a trio of wild cards that perfectly encapsulates the past, the present, and the future of women's tennis. This wild card entry is a massive vote of confidence from the tennis establishment, and it comes at a profoundly critical juncture in Alex Eala's season. We have to look at the context of where she is right now physically, mentally, and emotionally. The clay court swing has just concluded, and it was a season of soaring highs and frustrating lows. She had some brilliant moments, notably at the Italian Open in Rome, where she battled her way through the draw, showcasing her immense grit and tactical intelligence to reach the round of 32 before ultimately falling to the former Wimbledon champion and world number 2, Elena Rybakina, in a hard-fought straight sets match 4-6, 3-6. But then came the heartbreak at the French Open in Roland Garros. Arriving in Paris with high hopes, she faced a devastating first-round exit at the hands of her American contemporary and friend, Iva Jovic, going down 6-4, 6-2. That loss stung. It was a bitter pill to swallow on the grandest stage of the clay season. But the beauty of the tennis calendar is its relentless forward momentum. The sport offers no time to dwell on the past. The show must go on, and the transition from clay to grass offers a complete reset, a blank canvas, and an entirely different physiological and psychological challenge. Moving from the slow, high-bouncing red clay of Paris to the slick, low-bouncing, incredibly fast grass courts of Europe is widely considered the most difficult surface transition in professional tennis. The time frame to adapt is terrifyingly short. You have players who have spent months sliding on clay, grinding out 20-shot rallies, suddenly forced to completely overhaul their movement, their footwork, their center of gravity, and their swing mechanics in a matter of days. On clay, you have time. You can stand 10 feet behind the baseline, construct a point, use heavy topspin to push your opponent back, and rely on your endurance. On grass, time is a luxury you simply do not have. The ball skids off the turf, shooting to the court at incredible speeds. If you are a fraction of a second late on your split step, the point is already over. The grass demands hyperaggression. It demands a flawless first serve. It requires you to step inside the baseline, take the ball exceptionally early, and finish points at the net. For Alex Eala, this transition is where her exceptional tennis IQ and her aggressive, heavy-hitting lefty game can truly shine. Being a left-handed player on grass is a massive advantage. The natural slice and spin of a lefty serve out wide in the ad court are notoriously difficult to return on a slippery grass surface. It pulls the opponent completely off the court, opening up the entire expanse of green for a devastating first strike winner. Eala's ability to generate acute angles and her willingness to move forward will be absolutely paramount as she navigates this crucial phase of the season. This brings us to the deep dive analysis of exactly what to expect at the Bad Homburg Open and why this tournament is so pivotal for her trajectory. We have to remember that Alex Eala is no stranger to success on grass. If we rewind the clock to the summer of 2025, just last year, she achieved something truly historic. She became the first Filipina player in the history of the sport to reach a WTA final, and she did it on grass at the Lexus Eastbourne Open. She battled to the qualifying rounds, took out established veterans, and showcased an absolutely lethal grass court game, blending ferocious ground strokes with delicate, deft drop shots that left her opponent stranded. She proved unequivocally that she has the tactical blueprint to dismantle top-tier opponents on this surface. She proved she can handle the unpredictable bounces, the slick footing, and the rapid-fire decision-making that grass court tennis demands. Coming into Bad Homburg this year, she carries that invaluable experience. She knows she belongs in the deep end of these tournaments. But the field awaiting her in Germany is nothing short of a gauntlet. The Bad Homburg Open has attracted a terrifyingly strong roster of players, all hungry for match play and ranking points before Wimbledon. Let's take a closer look at the absolute powerhouse lineup that Alex Eala will be contending with in this WTA 500 event. We're talking about the 2024 Bad Homburg champion, Diana Schneider, a player who knows exactly what it takes to win on these specific courts and who hits the ball with staggering, unrelenting power. We are looking at the electrifying Canadian superstar Leylah Fernandez, a former Grand Slam finalist who plays with fiery intensity and an elite all-court game that can absolutely dismantle any opponent on a given day. And the list goes on. The brilliant and cunning Czech player Karolina Machova, whose slice backhand and innate net skills make her an absolute nightmare to face on a grass court. The teenage Russian prodigy Mira Andreeva, who has been tearing to the tour with fearless aggression. And, of course, the aforementioned Iva Jovic, the very player who just knocked Eala out of the French Open. The possibility of a rematch between Eala and Jovic on the grass of Bad Homburg is a storyline that has tennis fans buzzing. It would be an opportunity for Eala to exact immediate revenge, to flip the script, and to prove that her aggressive game is superior when the surface speeds up. Every single match in Bad Homburg is going to be a heavyweight clash. Because it is a WTA 500 event, there are no easy opening rounds. The depth of the women's game right now is arguably the strongest it has been in the history of the sport. The gap between the world number 10 and the world number 50 is razor thin. Any player in the main draw is capable of stringing together 5 wins and taking the title. For Alex Eala, who is hovering around the top 40 in the world rankings, this tournament presents an immense mathematical opportunity. The ranking points available at a 500-level event are substantial. A deep run here, a quarterfinal, a semifinal, or perhaps even a title, could catapult her ranking, potentially pushing her into the seeded positions for future Grand Slams. Being seeded at a major like Wimbledon is the ultimate game changer. It protects you from facing the top 32 players in the world during the first 2 rounds, dramatically increasing your chances of making a deep run into the second week. So, the stakes in Bad Homburg are astronomically high. It is not just about the prize money, and it is not just about the prestige of the trophy. It is about positioning herself strategically on the global chessboard of the WTA rankings. But beyond the rankings, the points, and the tactical matchups, we must delve into the psychological weight of what Alex Eala is carrying. When she steps onto the grass courts in Germany, she is not just playing for herself, her coach, or her immediate team. She is carrying the hopes, the dreams, and the fervent passion of the entire Philippine nation. In a country that has traditionally idolized basketball and boxing, Alex Eala has single-handedly carved out a massive, unprecedented space for tennis in the national consciousness. She is to Philippine tennis what Manny Pacquiao was to Philippine boxing. Every time she swings a racket, millions of people stop what they're doing to watch. The pressure that comes with that level of national adoration is immense. It can be a crushing burden for a 21-year-old, or it can be the ultimate fuel, the wind beneath her wings that propels her to superhuman performances. So far in her career, Eala has demonstrated an astonishing level of mental fortitude. She possesses an icy calm, a laser-focused demeanor on court that belies her young age. She understands the magnitude of her platform, but she does not let the noise distract her from the geometry of the court and the physics of the ball. Her preparation for this grass court swing has been meticulous. Before arriving in Bad Homburg, her schedule is packed with crucial preliminary events designed to fine-tune her grass court mechanics. She is starting her campaign at the WTA 125 event in Birmingham, followed by the WTA 500 HSBC Championships in London. This brutal, continuous stretch of tournaments is by design. It is about logging hours on the grass, getting her eyes adjusted to the speed of the ball coming off the turf, and conditioning her legs for the constant, micro-adjustments required to stay balanced on a slippery surface. By the time she arrives in Bad Homburg, she will be battle-tested. The rust will be completely shaken off. She will have her timing dialed in, her serve fully calibrated, and her aggressive mindset locked and loaded. The Wildcard entry into Bad Homburg essentially acts as a crescendo of her pre-Wimbledon symphony. It guarantees her a spot against elite competition exactly when she needs it most, ensuring that when she eventually makes the trip to London for the grandest tournament of them all, she will be operating at absolute peak performance as we look toward the culmination of this incredible news. It is time to lay out the predictions, the potential scenarios, and the broader implications for the rest of her season. The Bad Homburg Open is going to be a defining moment in Alex Eala's 2026 campaign. I fully expect her to embrace this wild card opportunity with sheer, unadulterated aggression. She knows that she belongs in this main draw. She does not view herself as an underdog who is just happy to be there. She views herself as a lethal contender capable of taking down anyone across the net. I predict we will see Eala utilizing her devastating lefty serve out wide with high frequency, trying to drag her opponents into the doubles alley to open up the court for a crushing forehand down the line. I expect to see her employing the drop shot brilliantly, just as she did during her historic run in Eastbourne last year, forcing baseline grinders to sprint forward and hit awkward, scooping shots off their shoelaces. If the draw works in her favor, and if she can find her rhythm early in her opening match, there's absolutely no reason why Alex Eala cannot make a profound, headline-grabbing run deep into the weekend in Germany. Imagine the cinematic perfection of a potential matchup between Alex Eala and Venus Williams on the grass of Bad Homburg. It would be a generational clash of epic proportions. You would have a legendary, statuesque American relying on her decades of grass court mastery, her colossal wingspan, and her booming flat ground strokes, going up against a young, explosive, highly technical Filipina southpaw. It would be a masterclass in tactical contrast, a true passing of the torch moment broadcast to millions around the globe. Whether that specific matchup materializes or not, the sheer fact that Eala is in the same bracket, breathing the same competitive air as these legends, is a testament to how far she has come. This Bad Homburg wild card is a launch pad. It is the WTA Tour officially handing her the microphone and saying, "We believe in your talent. Show the world what you can do." If she can string together 2 or 3 high-quality wins against top-tier opponents in Germany, her confidence will be absolute sky-high rolling into Wimbledon. And a confident, dialed-in Alex Eala on a grass court is a terrifying prospect for the rest of the women's tour. This is why we watch the sport. This is why we obsess over the entry lists, the draws, and the wild cards. Because in professional tennis, a single tournament, a single week of brilliant play, can change the entire trajectory of a player's life. Alex Eala is standing on the precipice of greatness. She has the talent. She has the work ethic. She has the tactical brilliance. And now, thanks to this bad Homburg Open wildcard, she has the ultimate stage to display it all. We are witnessing the evolution of a superstar in real time. For everyone watching, for every tennis fan in the Philippines, in Southeast Asia, and around the world, this is the moment to lock in. Pay close attention to this grass court swing. The transition from the disappointment of the French Open to the immense potential of the bad Homburg Open is the perfect narrative arc of resilience and redemption. Thank you all so much for joining me for this incredibly deep dive into the massive breaking news surrounding Alex Eala. We have covered the history, the mechanics, the psychology, and the immense global stakes of this wild card entry. I want to hear from every single one of you in the comments section down below. What are your predictions for Alex Eala at the bad Homburg Open? Do you think her aggressive lefty game is perfectly suited to dominate the grass this year? Who do you want to see her face in the main draw? And how deep do you think she can go as she prepares for the ultimate test at Wimbledon? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all your notifications so you do not miss a single update, breakdown, or post-match analysis as we follow Alex Eala's journey through the German grass and onto the hallowed lawns of London. The 2026 grass court season is officially underway. The stakes have never been higher, and the show, as they say, must go on. Until next time, keep watching, keep cheering, and we will see you in the next analysis.